Alright, today we are going to learn chapter 3, ruling the countryside. So I want you to listen carefully. In the previous chapter, we learned how the East India Company came to India and how they start their business, and also they fought for Abdul too. So on 12 August 1765, the East India Company was appointed as Diwan of the Bengal by the Mughal Emperor. The event took place in Robert Clive's tent with a few Englishmen and Indians as witnesses. As Diwan, the company became the chief financial administrator of the territory under its control. In this chapter, we will see how the company came to colonial. The countryside organized revenue resources, redefined the rights of people, and produced the crops it wanted. Since the company became the Diwan, they want a large revenue income, but they cannot set up any regular system of assessment and collection. They bought the value of goods in double within 5 years and purchased goods in India for importing gold and silver from Britain and collect the revenue in Bengal for the purchase of goods for export. But then, the Bengal economy was facing a deep crisis and villagers were forced to sell their goods to the company at low price, so they were unable to pay the dues. In 1770, a terrible famine killed 10 million people in Bengal and one-third of the population was wiped out. So when the economy was in ruins, the company began to feel that investment in land and agriculture had to be improved. So the company introduced a permanent settlement in 1793. In this settlement, the zamindars were asked to collect rent from the peasants and pay revenue to the company, which the amount to be paid was fixed permanently, which will not be increased in the future. This will ensure a regular flow of revenue into the company coffers and encourage the zamindars to invest in improving the land. But the revenue that had been fixed was so high that the zamindars found it difficult to pay, because if anyone failed to pay, the revenues lost his zamindari. By the first decade, the prices in the market rose and cultivation slowly expanded. This means the income of the zamindars increased, but not for the company, since it had been fixed permanently. So, as long as the zamindars could give the land to the tenants and get rent, they were not interested in improving the land. On the other hand, the system was extremely oppressive, and the rent was too high for the villagers. And when they failed to pay the rent, they were evicted and had to cultivate for generations. So by the early 19th century, Holt Mackenzie devised a new system effective in 1822. And in this new system, collectors went from villages and inspecting land, measuring fields, and the estimate revenue was made according to each plot, and it was revised periodically. The charge was given to the village headman, and this system came to be known as Mahalwari system. The British company also used a new system that was devised known as Rohitwar, and this system was extended all over the South India. Reid and Munro felt that their fields had to be carefully and separately surveyed before the revenue assessment was made. The British realized that the countryside could also grow the crops that Europe required and expand the cultivation of opium and indigo. The British used a variety of methods to expand the cultivation of crops that they need. The indigo plants grow in the tropics, and it was used by cloth manufacturers in Italy, France, and Britain to dye cloth. And indigo plantation came up in many parts. The demand grew further and the company began investing in indigo production. And there are two main system of indigo cultivations. If you read your textbook, you will see with the problems that they face too in this system. So I want you to go through this chapter as many as you can and do your assignment. Okay, thank you.